It's time to kick off the countdown to the annual Tournament of Champions, which will be held in Quito, Ecuador next week. Live from Boston, Massachusetts, it's Week 22's action here on Chao Racing 2019 here in the USA. And here's the host who's all pumped up for this year's exciting Tournament of Champions. To kick off the exciting action is your host, Brandon Jennings. Hello, Boston. We're just 1 week away from the annual Tournament of Champions. Ready for some exciting races while we prepare our plane to board for Ecuador? Yes, we are. And hello, the fans at home. Welcome to our annual kickoff show to the 2019 Chao Racing Tournament of Champions here in Boston, Massachusetts. But as of right now, we got plenty of exciting races before we board our plane towards Quito, Ecuador for the annual Tournament of Champions. But first, let's hear what Paul has to say about the playoff rankings for 2020. Paul, take it away. And I will be, Brandon. So, as you can probably tell, it's pretty much the same as last week. Although, Lewis Johnston has now replaced Eric Crosby when he won last week's race and Eric Crosby lost his race, while Antonio Bennett now moves on to the number 4 seed ahead of Raymond Hill. But anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe, and that's the motto we should always stick, no matter what time of the week it is. Back to you, Brandon Jennings. So, let's get things underway with Week 22's action. Alright, and the first race stop will feature Dave Miller on the Miller Traders, the Hard-Chain Master F.N. Kingsley, Marvin Sanderson, and the Gunner Star Master Garrett Dayton. It will be held on the Miller course as before, so let's see how this picture will unfold for our 48 superstars. Best of luck on the quest for victory, and please start the race! Alright, this week's kickoff to the Tournament Champions promised to bring surprises and excitement. The ultimate tension is on the rise while wishing Raymond Hill best of luck in the tournament next week. But right now, the first 4 superstars of the men's division play are going to check the palm trees and then I'm going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Dave Miller and Marvin Sanderson are going to be battling for the lead up in the front. That's my number 7, who just wake up for a snap with the first speed bus of Week 22's action here in Boston, Massachusetts. But he was eating the fruit and he was dancing to the beat, so I do believe he is going to get another turn by the way it looks like. And right now, Marvin Sanderson is being joined by Dave Miller and Garrett Dayton all the way out of the water, trying to swim like crazy to the outside of the hill. And yes, indeed, number 7 has indeed opened this one up with back-to-back speed. See, I knew he would get another turn, but he's still way behind the competition along with number 2. Right now, Garrett Dayton is also trying his best to catch up with Marvin Sanderson and Dave Miller for the lead up in the front, as the next superstar to get speed best is number 1 and number 8 Thomas Formula 1. That will give number 1 command the lead on 4th with Chao, and number 7 Thomas Formula 1. So he will drop down back to last place for the morning. We have passed the 1 minute mark at this pace, and it looks like the Gunstar Master Garrett Dayton will get a turn down, because he's sitting in 3rd place. Dave Miller and Marvin Sanderson are fighting neck to neck, heading into the wall during the sapphire portion of our wonderful Emerald course. And here comes the Gunstar Master Garrett Dayton with a 2nd consecutive speed bus. Take a look at the 4th Super Chao now. Looks like numbers 2 and 7 are battling for dear life. Numbers 1 and 8 are battling for 5th place. And they're getting left behind competition. And who got the next one? It's the Hard-Chain Master F.N. Kingsley, that's who. Trying his best to catch up with the other 3 opponents in a hurry. Dave Miller and Marvin Sanderson have got Garrett Dayton on their tail. What's going to happen? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 2. He got some help. Now try to stay alive when he goes to the Chao. And it looks like F.N. Kingsley is scoreless, and so is Dave Miller. So, Garrett Dayton will move up to 1st place. So now he will have command lead thanks to back-to-back speeders while approaching the wall in the sapphire portion on the other course. And another turn by F.N. Kingsley. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race, but I think Garrett Dayton is going to have plenty of room ahead of Marvin Sanderson and Dave Miller. So we're going to see another round in the Gunner style this week, as Dave Miller will have the next 2 FPS, but I think he's going to retain 3rd place. Garrett Dayton Nathan is almost at the finish line. And as number 8 takes the next speed bus, trying to stay alive. You can get to the Gangnam Style dance today. Gary Nathan holds on Dave Miller and Marty Saracen for the victory. And take a look at point number 1 getting left behind in the competition. So, everyone's doing the Gangnam Style dance to start on week 22's action. That's right. Congratulations to Gary Nathan on a job well done. Back for race number 2 after this. Do not go away. Alright, that was the first race. Now who do we have for race number 2? Well, race number 2 will feature Corey Sanchester, Raymond Hill, Vince Dayson, and Owen Warriors of the Warriors Brothers. So we all know that Corey Sanchester did a very well fine job winning last week's main event during the tag team format, and so did Owen Warriors leading the Warriors Brothers to his victory. Now we'll find out how well they will fare in this week's Week 22 race here in Boston. So, let's see what this race will unfold for these next 4 superstars. Everyone's on the clock, and let's rock this place! Alright. So, as you all know, Raymond Hill and Owen Warriors are trying to make their way towards the playoff bound for 2020 at the end of the season. Right now, the 4 channel are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And Raymond Hill will have command and lead. It looks like Corey Sanchester will be battling with him in second place behind him. And who is going to get the first speed bus of this race? We'll find out soon enough. I don't think Raymond Hill will be able to climb the wall. No, he is going to have to settle for the water. Who is going to get that first speed bus as Corey Sanchester joins him at the water? It's number 7. For the second race in a row, number 7 got the opening toss of Week 22's action. And right now, numbers 1 and 2 are both left behind. They are both approaching the line at that moment. Now they're trying desperately to swim their way towards the other side of the water, trying to catch up a little bit. As number 8 was speed bus number 2. Battling with number 7 for second place, 6th place. And look who took a shortcut. I know Raymond Hill didn't make it, but guess who did? Owen Warriors of the Warriors Brothers. So now he will have command of the lead thanks to a shortcut. And who will get the next command speed bus? It's Vince Dayson going to catch up to Raymond for second place. Number 1 is getting left behind in the competition. We have passed 1 minute mark and soon to be 1:10. Number 1 is getting left behind in competition. And it's number 7 who will get the next command speed bus. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, Owen Warriors has a commanding lead. And he is showing happy with himself with Owen so far. Well, he's going less, but I still think he'll have a better chance of making the playoffs this year with an easy victory tonight. Yep. Next speed bus belongs to number 1. He finally got his help, but he's still way behind the competition all the way in the back of the back. Raymond might need himself on the fence. He doesn't want his title chances to repeat as world champion spoiled during the last couple weeks of the regular season. Well, he is going to get the next command speed bus, but I think he'll still come up short ahead of Owen Warriors. Yep, looks like he'll give Owen Warriors a little bit of room to rumble ahead of the competition. So Owen Warriors is going to move 1 step closer towards the playoffs this week. As Vince Dayson takes his second speed bus, Raymond Hill will have enough distance to catch up to Owen Warriors in time. Owen Warriors beats up Raymond Hill to win this one. So now that makes it 14 wins for Owen Warriors. He's now at 14-9 thanks to his victory tonight. As number 7 can say farewell to the Air Force with Chao as he closes out the speed bus for this race. Number 1 can just forget about this race. Congratulations, Owen Warriors. I do believe you might be hitting playoff bound this year. That's right, I'm sure indeed. Coming out, we got more as I action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, welcome back from our commercial break. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 3 will feature the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller, Joe Rafferty, last year's runner-up, Rusty Williamson from the Police Jury, and Raymond Montrante from the Rook of the Irish. Alright, so congratulations to Rusty Williamson on winning his tag team race last week. Let's hope he keeps it up this week. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's these 4 superstars, and let's have a challenge! So Rusty Williamson is trying to follow up on his impressive victory when he helped out Casey Richardson get a win for his team, making it 7-0 in last week's tag team format. Now he's trying his best to stay alive in the game. Well, I'm pretty sure he'll come out next season because his team is currently 7-0 in the tag team format. Right now, the 4 already eat the fruit, and it looks like Raymond Hill is going to have Kamei on the lead. Joe Rafferty right on his tail in second place. And right now, the 3 Chao are going to make their way towards the one-icon moment. As the crime buster policeman, Rusty Williamson, will start on the speed rush for his face. Joe Rafferty is going to be flying towards the water. And source number 2 is trying desperately to catch under the crowd. As speed rush number 2 in his place will be made by number 1. And look at that. The steel curtain Aaron Miller is going to rest. So number 1 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Right on the steel curtain, Aaron Miller with that rest will have to drop down in second place. So now he has a lot of catching up to do. He wants to get back in this one. As we head back into number 1. That's a little bit more help that time for number 1. And right now, Raymond Hill is battling with Joe Rafferty for the lead up in the front. And we are approaching the 1 minute mark as of right now. As the next appearance will be made by number 7. There, we have reached the 1 minute mark. Number 7 got the next speed rush, and now he's trying to hold on to his 1 and 8 for dear life. All the way in the back of the pack. Aaron and Rusty trying one last one to stay alive in the only one. They need a lot of catching up, Mike. Well, it's going to be the steel curtain Aaron Miller who have the next command speed rush. Meanwhile, Raymond Hill continues to hold off Joe Rafferty for an easy lead up in the front. They're approaching the wall on the count moment. And let's find out who will get the next command speed rush. It's going to be Rusty Williamson who gets it. That makes his second speed buzz of the base. Pawn number 1 and pawn number 8, meanwhile, are battling for dear life all the way in the back. Which one is going to get a chance to stay alive in the game? It's number 1. That makes his first speed buzz of the base. And right now, Raymond Hill is going to rest on the town wall. So, Joe Rafferty, last year's World Championship runner-up, will now have Kamei of the lead up in the front. At number 2, we'll get the next command speed rush, trying desperately to lead over the force of a Chao in third place. Joe Rafferty having the privilege to defend the lead over Raymond Hill. They are making their way towards home stretch. I do believe Joe Rafferty is going to celebrate an easy victory. Yep. Looks like Aaron Miller will not have enough firepower to make the Miracle comeback. Next PS belongs to number 8. Now trying to catch him with numbers 1 and 7 for D-Life. Joe Rafferty is almost at the finish line, and he is going to celebrate tonight. Joe Rafferty keeps his last hopes alive to coming back next season. Aaron Miller will have to come in second place. As number 7, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. That gets another turn. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. That's going to be followed by number 2 and 3rd. And Raymond Hill disappointed with a 4th place finish. As number 7 is back the closest one out with back-to-back speed rush. That makes his first speed buzz of the race. So Joe Rafferty keeps up with his one last hope to stay alive for next season. That's right. Good job by Joe Rafferty. Let's hope they play us next week. And we'll have this for you. Do not go away. Alright, now we move on to race number 4. Yes, Brandon. And it will feature the current leader for the number 1 seed in this year's 2020 playoffs, Donald Reddings. Today he'll be taking on Conja Howard, Trevor Hoffer, and the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby. Donald Reddings currently has a 2-win lead for the number 1 seed with 21-1. So, let's see if he will move 1 win closer towards clinching the number 1 seed this week. So, the players will line up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And let's have a challenge! Here we go. And number 7 is going to rest, so he will be left behind the crowd. Donald Reddings trying to make it 22 wins of his 23 races so far heading into today's race. Right now the 4 Chao are going to check the palm trees, and they are going to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Donald Reddings. He's going to be off and running. And look at that. The other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat. So Donald Reddings is going to have the upper hand for the moment. And it will be the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby who will start the speed rush for this race. Because he's sitting in 3rd place behind number 2. And right now, number 7 is dancing to the beat. So he will be left behind the competition. And it looks like number 8 is going to rest, so he'll also be left behind competition. That means number 7 and number 8 both really need to catch up every now and then. And it looks like they're both heading for the water as Trevor Hoffer takes speed bus number 2 in this race, and he lost. Donald Jennings trying to hold off Chao for second place, but I think someone has took a shortcut. Someone might be spoiling Donald Jennings this week. As Trevor Hoffer gets back to back speed bus, yep, it is the ChaoEmperor Ed Crosby who's spoiling the party for Donald Jennings. Ed Crosby has took a shortcut, and now he has a commanding lead over our current seed leader Donald Jennings as number 2. Well, the next command is US trying desperately to catch up in the crowd. Right now, it is number 7 as we pass 105 at the current moment, who's getting left behind, and number 2 toss for point. So I think number 2 and number 7 both really need to use the speed bus to get back in this one. And it will be number 7 who will get a chance to stay alive. Meanwhile, Eric Crosby enjoying trying to beat out Donald Jennings for the 2019-2020 playoff run. And right now he's going to rest, but I think he'll still be able to beat out Donald Jennings this week. He's going to end Donald Jennings' winning streak tonight. No doubt about it here, folks. Back to number 7, and now he is trying to catch out to numbers 1 and 8. Won the freeway battle for 5th place to the lead of the 4th with Chao. Donald Jennings has reached the top of the wall, and he's going to rest. Well, there's always the rest of the season for Donald Jennings when we come back from the tournament champions, of course. So, that will give Trevor Hoffer a command to catch up to do. Donald Jennings will have the next command experience, but I think Eric Crosby is going to have plenty of room to run ahead of Donald Jennings. Donald Jennings is going to will have to end his winning streak tonight. But we still would love you, Donald Jennings, no matter what happens. Yep. As number 7 gets a first speed bus, the Chao Outlaw celebrates with his fans. He beats out Donald Jennings this week. And our hearts go out to Donald Jennings on an incredible winning streak he has during the past couple of weeks. He'll finish in 2nd place. Well, we still love you, Donald, no matter what happens. And number 1 will have the next command SPS, and that is going to do it. Numbers 2 and 8 have no hope for surviving whatsoever. Alright, so if you're a fan of Eric Crosby, congratulations, your superstar has won. That's right, he's still alive for a playoff run, and we'll have more exciting action after these messages, so stay tuned. So, with Eric's triumph over Donald Jennings now in the books, we move on to race number 5. We'll feature Raymond Hill in the middle trails for race number 5. The Great Louis Charleston. Stealing man from the Luck of the Irish and Ralph Dennis. Louis Charleston has to win this race in order to stay with the playoff rankings. He doesn't want to get knocked out by Eric Crosby. Let's see if he can get the job done this week. Move on to the next 4 superstars on the quest for victory, and let's rock this place! Alright, so Louis Charleston is currently in the playoff hunt with number 8 in the rankings on the current point. He is trying desperately to stay with the playoff hunt for 1 more week. And right now the 4 Chao are at the palm trees. And it looks like one of them is possible. One stealing, that to be sad. The other 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Ralph Dennis will have command on the lead. Hal Miller with battling with number 1 and number 2 for 2nd place. And number 1 is scored arrest. And Hal Miller is scored arrest as well. As the first superstar to get his beat best is number 7, who is trying to lead over the 4 Silver Chao over at the bridges. And right now number 8 is trying desperately to catch up with the crowd. He is going to be heading for the water, so he will gain a little bit of ground in the early one. So, number 7 got the first speed bus for this race. As the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is Hal Miller, one half of the military, is trying to enjoy getting wins during his farewell season with the Chao Racing Universe this year. And right now it is Stealing Man who has command of the lead over Ralph Dennis. They are making their way towards the sapphire portion of the Emerald course. As we head back into Hal Miller as we approach the 1 minute mark. And right now Louis Charleston is Guarez, number 1 Possible and number 8 Taunts. So now they would reach out with how to drop down a couple places. And right now it looks like number 7 Taunts for more as the next appearance will be made by number 1 Oh, he couldn't find a open hole in the traffic. He's still in last place, just barely. Meanwhile, Steve Wingman is starting to get tailgated by Ralph Dennis. Ralph Dennis is starting to find a groove again, and it'll be number 2 who will get the next command speed bus. Meanwhile, it looks like Ralph Dennis is trying to hold out Steve Wingman, and it looks like Bruce Charleston and Howard Miller are trying desperately to catch up with the other 2 superstars in Harry. As number 1 will get another turn. That makes it the second speed bus of the race. And right now, Steve Wingman and Ralph Dennis have reached the top of the wall, and both superstars are going west. So I think Bruce Charleston and Howard Miller will have the privilege to catch up with these 2 superstars and Harry when they reach the top of the wall. Yep. As the next BS we made by Howard Miller and the Miller Traders. That makes his first speed bus of the race. Bruce Charleston also catching up to Ralph and Steve in a hurry. They are all making their way towards home stretch, and we'll soon know who will have the upper hand home stretch. But first, it's over to number 2 with his second speed bus race. He is going to make a pass for number 1 for the lead of the force with Chao. And it looks like Howard Miller at the home stretch is going to celebrate the victory over the great Bruce Charleston by the way it looks like. Yep, he is going to win this one for sure. As number 7 takes his second speed bus, Howard Miller beats out Bruce Charleston for the victory. He finally gets another win on the board to celebrate his farewell season with us. Will we have time for one more speed for one race on it? Yep, Steve Wingman got the last speed bus. So Howard Miller is now up to 4 wins, trying desperately to be a winner for once before he has to retire. That's right, congratulations to Howard Miller on another exciting victory, and we'll be right back with more exciting action after these messages. Alright, Paul, we're almost halfway through the men's division play for week 22 here in Boston. That's right, to close off the first half of the men's division races this week, we have Chris Schneider from the Classic Go-Getters, Thomas Winkrider, the 2017 Rising Stars champion Shane Cunningham, and Norman Finer. And here's a look at the lineup for this next race. And here we go, back to the Emerald Course once again. To continue week 20's action, now kick off to the tournament champions in Ecuador. Let's have a Chao race! Alright. Chris Schneider, Thomas Winkrider, Shane Cunningham, and Norman Finer are pressing from Rainbow Path, waiting to all the fans in the stands on either side of the track. And now they are at the palm trees. They are going to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. Looks like number 2 is going to mess, and it looks like Chris Schneider is going to have the upper hand of the force Chao. He is going to be battling with numbers 1, 7, and 8 for the lead, and it looks like number 7 is going to be heading for the water. Chris Schneider trying to battle with number 8 over at the bridges, and who will get the first speed bus of this race? It's Thomas Winkrider. He and Norman Finer heading for the water, but I think Norman Finer is one of the best swimmers in the league. Yep, he should be quickly make it already on the other side of the water by now. Number 1 is also heading for the water. He's trying desperately to stay alive in the game. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by number 2, catching up to Shane Cunningham in a hurry. Right now it's Norman Finer who quickly made it to the other side of the water, trying to get enough wins so that he can come back next season for Chao Racing 2020. And Thomas Winkrider will get another turn. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And right now Shane Cunningham is rest. So the 2017 Rising Stars champion will have to drop down to last place over the HL all the way in the back. We have passed the 1 minute mark, soon to approach 110. And who will get the next command speed bus? It's number 2. Wow. Thomas Winkrider and number 2 are alternate speed bus right now. Meanwhile, Norman Finer is trying his best to defend the lead over Thomas Winkrider. He is going to be the first to approach the wall, with a big lead ahead of Thomas Winkrider as he climbs on the wall. And Shane Cunningham gets some help from the crowd with the next speed bus. See, I knew he will catch up eventually. Thomas Winkrider better hurry up if he wants to catch up to Norman Finer in a hurry. And now number 8 will get a turn. And I do believe Norman Finer is going to rest. Yeah, so Thomas Winkrider will have the privilege to battle with Norman Finer for the lead as they make their way past the waterfall. And in fact, there goes Thomas Winkrider with a third speed bus but I do believe Norman Finer should still have a chance to get back the lead from Thomas Linklater. They are at the home stretch. I think Norman Finer should be able to make the pass from Thomas Linklater. Yep, there he goes. As Jane Framingham will get his second speed bus. Yep, Norman Finer got back the lead from Thomas Linklater, and he is our winner over Thomas Linklater, who will come in second place. Norman Finer gets the victory here, folks. So now he is up to 8 wins of his 2019-20 season with us. Good strategy so far. And number 8 will get another turn. That makes it a second speed bus of the race. And poor number 1 is getting all alone in last place, all the way in the back of the pack. This race is finito. Done. And Norman Finer can celebrate. That's right. And we will find out what the second half of Week 22's message actually will unfold after we find out what this has to say. Alright, Paul, we've seen 6 races so far from the men's division. We have 6 more to go. That's right, the next race for race number 7 will feature RJ Upton, or RJ Upton for short. Ricky Nelson from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, Owen Justin, and from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. So we have both members of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad with us for this next race. Here's who we're going to line up. And we wish them best of luck in the Week 22 race here in Boston, Massachusetts. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the race. Here we go. So, we have both members of the class of Go-Getters 2.0 squad with us for this next race. They'll be joining with OJ Upton and Owen Justin in this race. And right now, the 4 Chao are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut and shake fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there they go, busting down the line with Owen Justin battling with Ricky Nelson up in the very front. The 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the bridges. And it will be RJ Upton, or OJ Upton for short, who will get the first speed bus on this race. He decided to head for the bridges. One of the competitors are heading for the water. And right now, number 1 is getting left behind in the competition by number 7 and number 8 in the back of the pack. Just sticking with the bridges. But he will get speed bus number 2, trying to stay alive in the game. Ricky Nelson is the leader at the current moment. He has a commanding lead over Justin in the current moment. He is approaching the flags at the top of the hill. As the next speed bus we made by number 8, who's trying to lead over the 4 Chao in 5th place. And now number 7, it drops down to last place. He is trying to catch up with number 2 for Delight all the way in the back. We have passed the 1 minute mark of this race. And it looks like number 7 will get some help. He will get the next couple of FPS. Try desperately not to follow a clip because that would be bad news for him if he did. Meanwhile, Ricky Nelson continues to dominate over Owen Justin up in the front. He has a big lead heading into the wall. And OJ Upton will get another turn. That makes his second speed bus in the race. Owen Justin trying to make a statement. He's trying to catch up to Ricky Nelson. Rusty Jackington also trying their best to stay alive. And so is OJ Upton. They are climbing up the wall. Which superstar will get the W? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 2, who's trying to hold on number 7 and 8 for T-Life all the way in the back. Number 8 is getting right behind for number 7 as these Silver Chao climb up the wall trying to stay alive in the game. And who will get the next one? It is Rusty Jackington from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. Ricky Nelson trying to defend the lead over Owen Justin as they make their way towards home stretch. I do believe it's going to be Ricky Nelson of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad who's going to seal the victory this week. No doubt about it here, folks. As number 2 takes his second speed bus, trying to lead over the 4 Chao, you can tell me what up for Ricky Nelson from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. That's going to be followed by Owen Justin in second place, and his partner Rusty Jackington in 3rd place. Good race by Ricky Nelson. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus on this race, and it will be made by OJ Upton. And take a look at point number 8 getting left behind on the home stretch. so Vicky Nelson gets the job done. That's right, he's still in the playoff hunt for one more week, and we'll have another sign later on these messages, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now it's time for race number 8. Who do we have again, Paul? We have Peter Foles, Danny Frazier, Zach Arson, who is one of the best swimmers in the league, and Eddie Warriors of the Warriors Brothers. That is what we have for race number 8. And it's all back to the field to present another exciting race to in week 22's countdown to the tournament champions. Best of luck to these next 4 superstars, and let's rock this place! Alright, they're off and running, and it looks like number 7 is going to rest, so he will be left behind the crowd. And right now, Danny Frazier is going to rest, so he'll also be left behind in the competition for a while. The yellow free Chao are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut sheep fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Zach Olsen posting down the line. He is going to have come in on the lead, trying to get back to the World Championship so that he can have another chance to become World Champion this year. And who got the winning toss this time around? It's number 7, as number 8 is going to rest. And right now, Danny Frazier is dancing to the beat. That means he has a lot of catching up to do if he wants to stuck up to his game all the way back. As number 7 finally staying alive over at the bridges, opens this one up with back-to-back speed bus. I think Zach Arson should have come in on the lead. Danny Frazier decided to drop with the water. So Zach Arson is going to have a commanding lead over number 1 and Danny Frazier. As the next speed bus win made by Eddie Warriors of the Warriors Brothers. That's who. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind the competition for number 8. We are approaching the 1 minute mark in this race. Number 2 is getting all one last place behind number 8. But it's Danny Frazier who will have the next command. Yes, he was left behind the competition. Now he is battling with Peter Foles for 2nd place in the Cup 1. But this race is all about Zach Arson trying to make a return trip to the playoffs and hopefully a return trip to the World Championship this year. As number 8 finally gets to help with the next command spears. Now trying to catch up to number 2 for D-Life all the way back. And Peter Foles is going to rest. Eddie Warriors passes for 1. That means these 2 Chao will drop down a couple places all the way back. And another speed buzz by Danny Frazier. That makes his 2nd speed buzz of the race. Zach Arson has reached the top of the wall in the Cup 1. He is going to rest, but no one is going to catch up to Zach Arson in a hurry. Zach Arson is going to move 1 step closer towards returning to the playoffs and hopefully having a 2nd chance to win a World Championship this year. And this time Danny Frazier goes for consecutive. Zach Arson is at the home stretch, folks. He is going to be off and running now. And there he goes, quickly making it through the ruby portion of the Emerald course, and he is going to win it right over there. Zach Arson is our winner as Danny Frazier gets a 3rd consecutive speed bus, making his 4th speed bus race. I believe he's probably going to hold off Peter Foles for 2nd place. Yep. So Peter Foles will settle for 3rd place if he can't find a hole. And who will get the next command speed bus as Peter Foles closes in on Danny Frazier for 2nd? It's number 1, and I think that will be just enough to take the lead over the 4th Chao for number 7. Number 8 can just forget about this race as the race comes to a close. Alright, so Zach Arson is still alive on the bubble. That's right, not quite in the playoff rankings, but pretty sure he'll make it alright. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright folks, still to come in our countdown to the 2-minute champion show, Luke Green will be going for his 3rd and final Superstar of the Week honors. But right now, let's hear what Paul has to say about race number 9. Thank you, Brandon. For race number 9, we have Alex Markinson, Glenn Murray, Andrew Lawson, and Buster the Jabo. So, here's a look at the lineup for his next portion of Week 22's action here at Boston this week. And away we go, back to the yellow course again. Everyone is on the clock, and good luck to the next 4 superstars. Let's have a Chao race. Okay, what will the picture unfold for this next phase of Chao Racing 2019's Week 22's action? There's only one way to find out. As Raymond Hill prepares to gear up for the Tournament Champions in Quito, Ecuador, we're continuing our hype for the Tournament Champions in Boston with another exciting race for the Chao Racing fans to enjoy. And right now the Chao eating food, and it looks like Glenn Murray's going to have command of the lead. And Wilson is battling with number 1 for second place. And this time around, it is Buster Jabo who will get the first speed boost of this race. Number 1 is going to rest, so he'll drop down a couple places. And so is number 7 all the way in the back. So number 7 will really be left behind the competition, as speed boost number 2 in this race will be made by number 8, who also really needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, number 1, number 2, and Alex Markinson are all heading for the water in the cutboard. And it looks like Alex Markinson is going to rest, as Buster Jabo will get a second speed boost trying to catch up with number 2. Right now, it is Glenn Murray who has a commanding lead over number 2 at Buster Jabo, who are currently battling for second place, and it looks like number 2 pauses more. So Buster Jabo will have command of second place. And Wilson wanted to push to catch up with number 2 for third place, and so is Alex Markinson. We have passed the 1 minute mark in space, as the next BS will be made by number 1, who is catching up with the others in hurry. Right now, number 8 is getting left behind for the other competition, but guess who really needs some help for the crowd? And I mean right away, it's number 7. He is getting all alone in last place behind the back, trying desperately to catch up with the crowd. But it's Ann Wilson, who also really needs help, takes the next command SPS, but that didn't get a lot of it at all at that time. Glenn Murray has a commanding lead still over Alex Markinson, and down he goes. That's across the stage. Alex Markinson trying his best to stay alive, and here comes Buster Jabo with another turn that makes his first speed boost of the race. Poor number 7, meanwhile, still really needs a speed boost. I think it's time that he gets a speed boost. He is going to need a couple of them if he wants to stay alive in the game, and this is the first of them, but I think that's all he's going to get for a while. Glenn Murray back in front is at the home stretch with a big lead still over Buster Jabo and Alex Markinson, who are battling for second place. As Buster Jabo will get a 4th speed boost on his face, but I think he'll have to drop down to third place behind Alex Markinson. Glenn Murray has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. As number 2 takes the next speed boost, Glenn Murray easily leads over the competition to win his one. And number 5 victory for Glenn Murray. He stays alive to come back next season. Number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever, and he went a little too far flying at home stretch. And number 1 will get the next command SPS, and I do believe that is going to do it. Alex Markinson will come in second place, followed by Buster Jabo in third, and number 2, who easily led over the 4th third Chao, will take 4th. That is going to do it for this race. So, with a dominating effort, to say the least, Glenn Murray secures another easy victory. Yeah, congratulations to Glenn Murray on a job well done. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, welcome back. There are 3 races left for the Medicine play this week. So Paul, who do we have next? Next up, we have Michael Clayton, Joey Marlowe, Casey Richardson, and J.J. Nehemiah. Casey Richardson is currently in the playoff hunt at number 2 in the top 8. Let's see if he can get another easy victory for him this week. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, so Casey Richardson, with a win tonight, he will be 1 win closer towards the number 1 seed. Since Donald Rennick's lost to Eric Crosby earlier in this week, Casey Richardson can cut the lead of the number 1 seed to 1 with a win tonight. And there we go, especially now in the line. But now let's watch the other 3 Super Chao. And look at that. I do believe Casey Richardson is going to have full control of this match. Yep, the other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat. So Casey Richardson's going to have the upper hand on the 4 Chao. As the first superstar to get a speed boost is number 1, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. That was a good speed boost right now, trying desperately to stay alive in the game. And there goes Casey Richardson, quickly making it over the bridges. Now making its way towards the Raymond Hill. And who is going to get speed best number 2 in this race? It's going to be Raymond Hill. That's who. Now trying to battle with number 8 for second place. And right now, Michael Creighton is busy battling with one Eastern with Chao for 5th place in the Cameroon, as the next BS was made by JJ Nehemiah. Now he's battling with number 8 for second place because I think Raymond Hill was possible. Yeah. Number 7 is getting left behind in the competition as we pass the 1 minute mark in this race. And he is going to get some help. He gets the next command speeders. Will he get some more? We'll find out soon enough. Meanwhile, Casey Richardson has a commanding lead over Raymond Hill at number 8. He's already approaching Wall in the Cameroon, and he's doing a pretty good job indeed. Next BS belongs to number 2. He is way behind the competition all the way back. Point number 7, meanwhile, is the real deal, who is way behind the competition. And down he goes for the count. I think it's time that he gets some more speed runs than I mean right now. But it's JJ Nehemiah who got number 3rd. That makes his second speed bus of the race, and Michael Creighton was scored rest. Now he's going to drop down to 7th place over the competition right now. Now he has a long way to go. I don't think he'll be able to catch up. Looks like Casey Richardson's going to stand for an easy victory. And who will get the next one? It's number 8 who dominates over the 4th to Chao, easily in 3rd place, and he's scored rest. And right now Casey Richardson should have this race all up the way, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Raymond Hill's not going to have enough flying power to make the pass in a hurry. As number 7 gets his second speed runs, Raymond Hill won't have enough distance to catch up to Casey Richardson in time. Casey Richardson gets another easy victory. That makes his 20th win of his 23 races so far. He has reached a 20-win plateau this week. Well done. As number 7 gets back to back years. Take a look at point number 2. He is getting right behind the competition. Well, looks like we'll be out of time for speed runs. This race is over. Yep, that's it for this race. So Casey Richardson now is 1 win closer towards the number 1 seed. That's why he got his 20th win this week, and he now gets the lead to win with all winnings. Back more on action after these announcements. Stay tuned. Okay, Paul, we have 1 more race to get through before we get to our exciting main event as we continue our countdown to the 2019 Tournament of Champions in Ecuador. Take it away, Paul. Alright, Brad, I will. The next race will feature Raymond Jr., the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett for the Classic Go-Getters, Joshua Samoa, and ChaoEmperor. So we have the current number 4 contender with Antonio Bennett sitting at 14-8. Let's hope he'll have enough distance to reach the playoffs this week. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, so with a win tonight, Antonio Bennett is expected to be in the 2020 playoffs at the end of the year. We'll see how this race will unfold for this next generation superstar himself. He is going to shake the palm trees along with the other 3 Chao, and they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Antonio Bennett along with ChaoEmperor. They're going to be battling for the lead up in the front, and Raymond Jr. is right on his tail, catching up with the others in a hurry. And it looks like these 3 Chao are going to be heading for the water, and look at that. Antonio paying off his shortcut strategy with style. As the first superstar to get speed best is number 2. Who is trying to catch up with numbers 1 and 7 in a hurry. And right now it is number 8 who is getting left behind on the competition already. And number 7 is going to rest. So he'll drop down to 7th place. And now number 8 is going to rest. Now he has a lot of catching up to do in the only one. Now he's getting left behind competition. He's doing pretty well, alright. As number 2, who's starting to dominate over the 4th to Chao very early, opens one up with back-to-back speed runs. And Antonio Bennett is enjoying his domination. He is going to be in the playoffs with a win tonight. He's going to be playoff bound this week if no one catches up to him in a hurry. As number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, takes the next command. Yes, we're approaching 110 right now. I don't think ChaoEmperor or Raymond Jr. or Joshua Samoa will be able to stop Antonio Bennett from making the playoffs this year. Nope. Number 7 will have the next command viewers. And point number 8 is still getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back about just approaching the side 5 portion of the course. Well, I don't think he'll probably get a speed rest for a while. Not necessarily. He's going to be left behind for 200. Yeah. Next PS belongs to number 2. That makes his first speed boost of the race. And he maintains the lead over the 4-7 Chao easily ahead of number 7. And back with fun, Antonio Bennett is going to reach the playoffs for 2020. He's going to have another chance to become world champion this season. As number 1 takes next year's behind the state line of the rankings, Antonio Bennett wins his one, and he is going to the playoffs, folks. Antonio Bennett gets his 15th win, and he is expected to be in the 2020 playoffs at the end of the season. Well done by the next generation superstar himself. As number 1 gets back to next year's, he is going to lead point number 8 in the dust. Looks like number 8 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. As the last speed boost on this race was made by number 7, and now he will take the lead from 4-7 Chao from number 2. And that's going to do it. So, thanks to his win, Antonio Bennett is going to the playoffs. That's right, we'll see which seed he'll represent in the 8 playoff seeds, and there's more time coming up in the main event after we find out a word from this. Alright, Boston fans, are you ready for this week's exciting main event? Yes, we are. Ball, take it away. Alright, Brandon, it will feature our 2-time returning champion Luke Green taking on Ryan Christian, Chris Minakos, and Jimmy Wales for our main event, and it's presented by Taco Bell for Week 22's action, where we always let our hungry customers speak outside the line with each and every visit at your nearest Taco Bell restaurants near you. Here we go with Week 22's main event here in Boston, Massachusetts, with the tournament champions kept up running strong. Let's have a challenge! And there goes Luke Green busting wild down the aisle. He currently sits at 3rd place in the top 8 rankings for the playoffs for 2020. Right now he is already at the power trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now he's going to eat the fruit. And he is going to be off and running. Let's watch the other 3 China Cat Morn. Who is going to have the next best standing? Looks like Ryan Christian standing to me. That will give Chris Minakos 2nd place with Cat Morn. And not too far behind is Jimmy Wales bowing with number 7-8 for 3rd place. And who is going to get the first speed boost of Week 22's main event tonight? It's going to be Jimmy Wales who gets it. He's battling with number 7 over the bridges. And right now Ryan Christian is heading for the water. Along with one and a couple of silver jars, as a matter of fact. Yep. Chris Minakos and Ryan Christian are heading for the water. As number 1 who has speed boost number 2 in this race. And right now it is Luke Green who has a commanding lead over Chris Minakos as he makes his way towards the side 5 portion of the course. As the next BS win made by Ryan Christian, who is catching up to Jimmy Wales in battle for 4th place. Right now, numbers 2, 7, and 8 are getting left behind as he passes the 1 minute mark. And number 7 taunts for once. He'll be left behind for numbers 2 and 8 for a while. And who got the next speed boost? It's Jimmy Wales. That makes his 2nd speed boost in the race. Meanwhile, Luke Green is enjoying his domination for his club one. He is going for his 3rd and final Superstar of the Week honors during his 2019-20 season. And Ryan Christian will get another turn. That makes his 2nd speed boost in the race. Corn number 2, meanwhile, is getting left behind. And so is number 7 and number 8 all the way in the back. I do believe one of them should get a speed boost to catch up with the crowd. Which one of them will get that chance? It's number 2, so he'll have a little bit of catching up to do. And back with fun, Luke Green is already thinking about completing his Superstar of the Week trilogy honors. He is already at the home stretch, and I don't think Chris Minakos is going to have any chance to catch up to Luke Green. Nope. Next PS belongs to number 8. Now he really needs to catch up. Number 1 is going to must, and Luke Green is going to celebrate a Superstar Week for the 3rd and final week in a row. As Jimmy Wales 600 speed boost, Luke Green is your Superstar Week for the 3rd and final time in a row. So now he's up to 16 wins. He has maintained the number 3 seed for 1 more week. So we'll have 4 new participants in our next individual main event in about 3 weeks. As number 7 will have the next command spears, and right now it looks like Chris Monagos will come in second place, followed by Brian Christian in third. And let's find out who will get the next command spears, and that next spear will be made by number 1, making his second spears race. That was pure domination for number 1 all the way and back. Number 2 can just forget about this race. As the last speedrunners on this Week 22 main event presented by Taco Bell, we made by number 7. That makes it his second speedrunners of the race. So Luke Green has completed his Superstar Week trilogy. That's right, we'll have 4 new participants in our next individual main event in 3 weeks, and the women's division races are up next after we hear a word from Nets.